Hello. Hi. How are you? What have you done this week? Hope everyone is good. My name is Charles. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been listening, thank you so much for being with us. Last week was amazing. Lucifer did what needs to be done. Lucifer is that babe. Lucifer is that babe. They are amazing. I loved the conversation we had. Let's get into it. What did I do this week? Okay. Don't know how I feel about this. So this is literally funny. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. If you drive, you will understand this. So I think this was on Monday. I went to the gym. So I was about to park. This girl tried to cut me out. So the way the car park is, you just come in. I was already trying to drive into my left to get into the car park. This girl spared and just wanted to cut me out. And then I turned and I'm like, what is the problem? The way I looked at this girl, the way my mother used to look at me when I do something horrible, and I will know that I did something horrible. That's the way I looked at her. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? I swear, I don't understand. So I then drove in, parked, and she just sped away. Some people are just wild. Do you know the thing? In that situation, actually, if I was driving in and she hits me, who is in the wrong? That was my confusion. What I did was I rang my guy. I was like, look at what happened. He's like, don't pay attention to that. Just ignore it. She's really young. She looked like 17 or 18 or 19 to me. I don't think it's 18, maybe 21, because she's old enough to drive. But it's just the madness. She was just looking at me like, staring at me like she did not do anything wrong. And then 2 days later, in the same car park, I was driving so early in the morning to get a quick workout. And I was driving on the right lane because I was driving into the car park. This older man was walking in the middle of the road. I understand you are supposed to be careful when it comes to pedestrians. I absolutely understand this. But why were you looking me dead in the eye and refused to move away from the road? You are in the middle of the road. So you expect me as a driver to drive into the left to give you the space. And I'm like, my goodness. This is something that I have experienced a lot in the UK, in Manchester, where people will be walking on the pavements, on the sidewalks. Certain people, if you know what I mean, will not want to move out of the way for you. They will expect you to move. And I don't. I do not do it. If you are walking and I'm working towards you, you expect me to move because if I'm a certain kind of person, no, that's never going to happen. But in this situation, because I was the driver, I don't want to knock him over. And I'm not going to do that anyway. I just gently drove into the left because there was no car coming. I just felt that that was mad because it's a different situation if the driver, if the pedestrian was working and I was driving behind them. That's a different situation. But you were looking at me. My goodness. Anyway, that's by the by, because some people are just out here being wayward and higgy and haga. Higgy haga. Okay, let's get into today's topic. Chosen family. Chosen family. Especially for us queer people, you know what this means. Everyone needs a chosen family. Every freaking person on this earth sometimes will need a chosen family. Even when your family cares for you, but especially for us queer people, for us LGBTQIA plus individuals, we absolutely need a chosen family. We need it, especially when it's not safe for you in your family, or when they start to move mad and think that who you are is wrong and don't want you to be around them or stop speaking to you. Like for me, some of my family stopped speaking to me. What is a chosen family? What is a chosen family? There's so many ways that you can define this depending on the situation. For me, a chosen family is someone that has taken you in emotionally and otherwise and hold space for you I'm not a therapist. Why am I using all these terms? You know, like people that will support you no matter what, be there for you, show you love, kindness, compassion in every shape or form when your biological family is not there for you. I have my chosen family. Number one, in my man, in my friends that are extremely close to me. I have said this before. One of my friend, I was actually speaking to him before I started recording today. When I came out to him, he said to me, you know one thing, I may not be your biological family, but I'm your family. I will hold your hands. I will be with you no matter what. I am here from today till tomorrow to the day after. I am here forever with you. I will support you. I will be kind to you. There's so many things I'm paraphrasing here because I just can't remember everything the way he said it. But it was so amazing the way he spoke to me that I cried. It is important for us as queer people. Those people that are supposed to be in your chosen family are not supposed to be gay people. They can be gay people, they can be queer people, they can be straight people, they can be allies. But it's your support system, basically. This is something that is extremely different from your biological family. I have a few people that when I'm in trouble emotionally or when I'm struggling about things, I speak to them and I know that they will always be there. Let me tell you something. Some of my chosen family that are with me have done things for me that some of my brothers and sisters will never understand because they will always come from a different direction. Literally, I remember when I came out as gay to one of my siblings, they were okay with me, but their problem was, what are people going to say about our family? What are people going to say? I'm uncomfortable with this. People are going to judge us. People are going to say all of these things. And I'm thinking, why are you worried about what people are going to say? Why are you not worried about me? Why are you not thinking about me? Why are you not thinking about my mental well being? Most of the people that I have come across that I met them as friends and they have become family to me have never done this to me. Of course, eventually my sibling understood that what they were saying was absolutely not okay. And they apologized to me. When it comes to us as queer people, I've said this so many times. It is important for you to have some chosen family that are queer people as well. People that have done the work on themselves. People that have gone through that journey that are stronger than you. I am not the strongest person when it comes to the way I feel about who I am, but there are people in my life that will always keep me in check. My partner does this. My man does this perfectly well. When I'm in my ups and downs, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. He'll be like, baby, listen to me. Look at this. This is supposed to be like this. It's okay. Why are you worried about this? You need things like this in your life. It doesn't have to be your partner. I have another friend that I call my sister, mother, friend, mommy sometimes, and she's so so amazing. And she laughs about it. But she's my sister, friend, mommy. That's what I call her because she is amazing. And there are people that I have met by coming on TikTok as well that I'm building a foundation and relationship with that will fall into this category with time. We all need our support systems. I'm just going to reiterate this again for you, for all of us to understand. Your chosen family is totally different from your biological family, but it is absolutely necessary for your survival as a queer person. I'm going to give you certain examples for me, especially how my chosen families have shown up for me. They've shown up for me in friendships, through relationships, through queer collectives and things like this. You can find these things through this way. So for you to get a chosen family and for you to be in this situation where you can find people like this is through friendships. As I was just saying, through friendships, through relationships, through housemates, through queer communities and things like this. For me, I found my chosen family through friendships, through my relationships. I don't mean only sexual, platonic relationships. There are people that I know that are more than friends. I have never slept with them. I have never had sexual intercourse with them. I have never done anything, but it's called a relationship. Because some of you, when you hear relationships, all you are thinking about is sex, 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 sex. No, friendships. Through friendships, you create a bond. Through relationships, you create bonds and things like this. I have a particular housemate, that somebody I met through sharing a flat with them in Manchester. And that person became a family to me up until today. They know about my struggles. They know about me being where. They know how I went through the things I went through in my family and how I struggled to get to where I am today. And one thing you should know is, if you are making these relationships and friendships and things like this, don't be hanging out with people who will never ever validate your experience. You can always tell someone and tell about someone that will end up being a support system for you, and you do the same for them as well. Because all the people that are my chosen family, I do equally the same for them. You are not just going to be there and take and take. You should be able to give support as well. You should be able to reciprocate, because that is it. That is what it is all about. You are not just going to be there and call your friends and say, oh, these people are my chosen family, yada, 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 and you end up not being the same for them. Friendship works both ways, with families, with support, with all of these things. You have to reciprocate. Don't be in a chosen family with people that are going to be in competition with you, with people that are going to make your life miserable, with people that will pretend and be hypocritical. Don't do that. You need to be able to be honest, transparent, and speak how you feel, to be able to get the right people. Let me tell you something. When you are trying to create a relationship, a friendship, and things like this, if you are not honest and open, people can see right through you. So you have to be absolutely clear with your intentions and what you are doing. One thing with me is that I can smell deception from afar. I can smell it. But one thing is, I may decide to be around it and deal with it in the best way possible. But I can tell when you are not authentic. I can tell when you are lying. I can tell when you are pretentious. The only thing that happens is, because I have a better understanding of things, I will just let it go. Because for me, I get to want to know people. I know some people use certain things that they say and how they move to protect how they feel and their life, and with time they can open up to you and be honest. And when I give you that time and you haven't done that in the window of time that I expect you to be honest to me, then that will be the end of that friendship for me. But I always give people the grace and time for them to come and be themselves. Because some people, when they meet you, it takes them time for them to be open and be honest and tell you how things are with them. So that I understand. But with your chosen family, when you are looking for people to be your support system, you need to find them through what I have just mentioned, through friendships, through relationships, through housemates, queer organizations, queer friendships, queer collectives, queer communities, and things like this. Okay? Because you can never exist alone as a human. You always will need people in your life, be it friendships, be it relationships. I'm not saying everybody needs a boyfriend or a man in their life. That's not what I'm saying. But you need some form of human relationship, human communication. Talk to people, make friends, go to events, join meetups. You are a human being. I will tell you something here. Chosen families matters a lot, especially for us queer Africans. It is really important because the space in which we live in and operate in is dangerous for us, emotionally, mentally, and otherwise. And you always are alone in your family dynamics. You are always alone. In most cases, you are misunderstood. You are seen as a taboo. You are seen as evil. You are seen as un-African. You are seen as a sinner. This can be a very lonely place to be, because it is a very lonely place to be if you are alone and do not have friends, relationships, and friendships that can enrich your soul and make you whole and support you in your lowest moments, that can be detrimental. This is why it is important for us queer Africans, for us queer LGBTQIA plus individuals to have our chosen families. The emotional and physical danger of being out in someone in a place like traditional Nigerian households, traditional African households, traditional Ghanaian households, and things like this, it's so horrible. The isolation where people often face in religious, cultural, and family settings is horrible. It is horrible, and nobody ever explain this. What you see and what you come across is these religious Christian mean girlies and mean men who will use their religious beliefs to isolate you, be mean to you, be wicked to you, and tell you that you are going to go to hell. Meanwhile, they are supposed to be giving you support, but they are not. Because some of the situations in our dynamics as a people is that when you meet people that are supposed to be Christians, that claim to be good people, what they are doing is being mean and evil. And I'm going to tell you this. If you are LGBTQIA plus individual from Africa, of African descent, you need to find a way to create your community. It is easier these days, even if you live in Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, the Gambia, Zambia, Zanzibar, wherever you live, Senegal, if it is difficult for you to navigate and be yourself and find people that can be your support system, social media has been a saver for us in the sense that you can find a community of people that are like you, and you can in turn find a situation there where you can have your support system. Because we as queer people go through a lot of trauma, a lot of emotional abuse, a lot of mental abuse, a lot of suffering. If you are from Nigeria like I am, it is a very few amount of people from Nigeria, from Africa, who have family members who are actually in support of them, who will care. Because even when they support you, there's always that reservation. There's always that but. There's always that however. There's always a comma somewhere, if that makes any sense. Those communities and families and support system that you're going to find can replace shame with love and loneliness with purpose. They can do that for you. I am going to give you an example about myself. I've said this to my man. There was a period I went through because I was trying as much as possible not to be seen as a gay person because of the way my family has said so many things and the way my brothers saw me and the things that they wanted for me. And I was going through a situation where I stopped making friends. I cut off everybody that went to primary school with me, secondary school, university, and things like this. I stopped speaking to people because I was in that space where I just was confused. I was scared of rejection. I was scared of, if I tell people about me, they will no longer be in my life. And that was one of the biggest mistakes I made in my life. And for me, it was different because of the hierarchy I had in my family. If I did not have that, maybe it wouldn't have been a problem. It took me a long time to realize that I was carrying a bit of shame. I loved myself. I had purpose, but I was carrying a lot of shame. Somehow, I was lonely, but not lonely, if that makes any sense. I was lonely in the sense that I could not go to the things where my brothers and my village people and my friends were that I knew, to be in community with them. What I quickly realized was, after I had a conversation with a particular man I met in Manchester one day like this, I was chatting to him on Gaydar, and he said, "Oh, do you want to meet?" And I said, "Okay, I'll just go and meet this man." And we had a conversation, and he said something to me where he was like, "Why do you?" Because what? Oh, I I jumped to the final part of it. I chatted to him on Gaydar for years. And one evening I was like, I'm just going to go and meet him. So he said to me, "Why do you go to people and want to be around people who don't love you, people who will always see you as less than, that you don't want to, you don't have to think about them. You don't have to be in community with them, You don't have to tell them anything. And you don't have to be ashamed. These are the things I knew because I'm a self-reflective, extremely self-reflective individual. And when he said that to me, I had aha moments. I was like, oh, oh, oh. From then, I started saying to myself, no, I'm just going to be myself no matter what. And I continue being myself. What I started doing, I started telling people about my sexuality. Gradually, I started coming out to people. And now I don't care anymore. This is just a short version of it. What I'm saying here is that community and finding your support system and your family, your chosen family, can replace any shame that you have. And they will replace them with love, with kindness, compassion, empathy. That loneliness will melt away, and your purpose in life will shine through. And you will be amazing because you are amazing. I have said this so many times. We as queer people, we as LGBTQIA plus individuals are unique and wonderful. We are amazing. God put us on this earth for a purpose. And do that for yourself because you are never going to not be you. No matter what people say to you, will you want to be you or do you want to be somebody else and regret your life until the last of your days here? You don't want to be on this earth and be unhappy forever. I'm not saying you should come out, but you should find the people that support you, find your community, find your troop, find your gang, find the right people for you. It is important for your mental well-being, for your soul, for your happiness, building and sustaining queer bonds. How do you build a chosen family? I have mentioned it somehow here. You build it by being honest with people, by being kind, building relationships, building friendships, and being a good person yourself. Finding the right people that you are going to work in tandem with, people that you connect with, people that you connect with. May I let you know as well, it is important that when you are doing all of these things, that you set boundaries with your biological family. Because some of you don't know how to set boundaries with your biological families. For me, I have done that. It took me years. It took me years to get there where I was able to have boundaries. Now, if you move mad and you say things that I don't like, or you are treating me like shit, I cut you off. I've mentioned these conversations. This before. One of my relatives that I haven't spoken to for years, all of a sudden I don't know how they got my contact and they started speaking to me and they were telling me how they want this, want that. And I was telling them, you know about me. And they told me how they have these children, this wife, and blah, blah, blah. And said to me, are you married? I said, no. I explained to them the reason why I'm not married and I don't want children and that I'm gay. And they just ignored it as if I didn't say anything. And they proceeded to be asking me for help. That was the last time I spoke to them. That was the last time I spoke to them. Because if you are not going to acknowledge me, understand who I am, but you want my money, why am I speaking to you? Why the hell am I speaking to you? You don't pay my bills. You don't feed me. I don't need you. I have my chosen family. We may be related because you're my first cousin, but at the end of the day, I don't need you. Just because of someone shares a blood with you or someone shared a womb with you does not mean they will love you unconditionally. This is a lesson I learned the hard way. Blood is thicker than water is one of the biggest scams ever. It is high time you realize this. If you have siblings that are okay and want to support you and want to be in community with you and love you unconditionally, perfect. Do things with them, be around them, support them as well. But if you have families who are moving mad, cut them off. Cut them off. You have the right to disown your family. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is something that we need to learn as a people. You need to create things with your chosen family, do things that are amazing, things that are fun, like go to a spa together, celebrate some good moments, support them, support each other. Do all of these things, be amazing with them. A lot of us forget that loyalty, love, healing outside of your blood family is actually amazing and can be amazing. A lot of us always feel like, or feel that we only will get love from our biological family. No, that is a lie. I have seen people, you've read it in the news, where people attacked their brothers and end their lives and things like this, and they are related. Just because of you are related to someone doesn't mean that they won't be mean to you. We should stop this thing about, oh, that person is blood, that person is family. Sometimes that's true. They are blood, they are your biological family. But at the same time, some of them can do things to you that are harmful. Loyalty, love, and healing can be found outside of your biological family. That is a fact. A lot of you need to know this. You know what we need to learn as a people as well, as queer people, especially queer people of African descent? Love is a resistance, especially for us queer people. This is why I always am happy when I see queer people that are loving outwardly, that are doing PDAs, holding hands in public, showing affection, because it is an act of being present and resistance. Loving each other openly is revolutionary. It is. And we need to know that our joy, care, and community disrupt systems built to isolate us. On TikTok, there's a lot of people who insult me, and they find it hard to believe that I'm actually happy being homosexual, that I'm happy being myself, that I shouldn't have that joy, that I shouldn't have that care. I shouldn't take care of myself. I shouldn't be happy for who I am. And that is disrupting the systems that they believe in. It is disrupting everything that they've been taught to believe in. Because a lot of us were taught that being individuals or having sex is only meant for when you are having children. That is why you see most of these people, when they come to insult queer people, all they say is that, oh, sex, 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 because sex for them, as they were taught, is only when you want to have children. That is not meant to be enjoyed. That's why people, most times when you talk about enjoying sex and things that are done in relation to sex, they will start to be like, oh God, nonsense, nonsense. That's why they don't want to express themselves and show affection and say all of these things. I know I might have gone on a tangent here, but you know what I mean. They just don't know what they are saying because they feel like us queer people, especially the gay people, they will be like, oh, it's sex. Your nyan, she's licking. Look at you. Blah, 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 blah. No. Our joy is disrupting the system that is built to isolate us. And we don't care. We are saying that this is us and we are going to be okay with who we are. Where joy is a form of activism. Is a form of activism. You being happy as someone that is LGBTQIA plus individual is a form of activism. They want you to not speak it, don't ask, don't tell, be it in silence, don't be happy, just be sad that you are gay. Just be sad that you are a trans woman. Just be sad that you are a trans man. Be sad that you are a lesbian. Be sad that you are gender non-conforming. Just be sad that you are queer. They don't want you to be joyful. They don't want you to show love. They don't want you to be amazing. They don't want you to live in your truth. They want you to be it, but pretend and lie. But my dear, I am here to tell you that we are going to be queer, and we are going to be queer, and we are going to be it amazingly. I am homosexual. I am gay. I am an Igbo man who is gay from Njikoka local government area of Anambra State. And I am saying it with my full chest. I deserve to be joyful. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to be amazing. Don't be apologetic to anybody. Live your life unapologetically. Be yourself. Do not be ashamed. Okay? Yes. I want you to know that we are in this together. We love us for real. Share these episodes to your friends. You can send email to info@myownKindofRunway.com. Follow me on all my social channels. I am on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I have a website, and you can check me out on Substack as well. I am my own kind of runway on every platform. Be amazing. I am Charles. I will see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful time.